Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my husband and I were having a conversation about our finances, and he thinks that we have too much house, basically, and thinks that even though we don't have any debt, we should sell our house, use the profit, and buy something really cheap. And he was thinking really cheap, like a $3,000 trailer he saw on Facebook Marketplace, so that we can just live mortgage-free. I don't really want to do that, and wanted to get some
Is your husband
input.
nearby?
No, he's not right now.
Oh, I was going to put him on the phone for a moment, and as a man who's been married 26 years and counting, tell him that he's lost his ever-loving mind.
What happened that made him go, we live in extravagance, do we need to go camping for a while to fix this? That's a big jump.
Yeah, I mean, so right now we're at a pretty good place where we're bringing in $7,000 a month take home together.
And what's your mortgage payment?
Our mortgage is $1,500 a month. We have $220,000 left on the unpaid principal.
So you don't have too much house. Are you saying square footage wise, you just have too much room? Because the payment is not the issue.
No, it's a 1,400 square foot house. It's not extravagant.
Is he scared of something?
I think it's hard for him to kind of keep just going with the plan and those fast things that get us to pay stuff off quickly.
What is the plan? Are you guys trying to pay off other debt?
No, we don't have any debt.
So where's all of your money going that he feels so stressed?
I don't know. It's a good question. We have about $2,000 a month in bills, $2,000 a month in spending, and then we could be saving about $1,500 probably.
I'm going to come back to the question that George and I have both asked. We've asked it different ways because I think it's something you need to get the answer to. As I don't know that we can help you. I think you need to get the answer to what is driving this act of desperation. This feels desperate to me. George, am I wrong?
He's trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist.
But like there's a lot of angst in this decision, yes?
Yes. And that's Mike, I was waiting for you to go, well, our mortgage is $4,000 a month. And I go, okay, I get the stress behind it. Or we're in crippling debt and this is going to help us get out. There's no reason. If you move into the trailer, what's it going to do for you?
Just have mortgage free. So we both work a good amount. And I think the hope would be that I could stay home, that we would have more time at home as a family. And it's just been really busy. So maybe there's stress coming from that.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying? That I really think you need to have some walk time. Let's hold hands and walk somewhere. Let's go to a dinner and just say, hey, it's okay, whatever the answer is, but can you tell me what's really behind this? I think you got to get in. You don't know, and I'm not guilting you on that. I'm just saying I think you need to know. Because to that point, once you get to the bottom of what's really going on behind this, now we can begin to address what our viable options are. I just don't think it's viable. Do you think it's viable to move to the trailer?
I can usually go with the flow, but it's not something I want to do.
That's not your picture of, I want to stay at home and live in a $3,000 trailer and raise this child.
Yeah, that's not go with the flow. You're going to resent him. Inside of 2 years, you will resent him for that, won't you? Tell the truth.
Yeah, that's probably true.
It's not probably true. It's completely true. Yeah. You're a very nice woman. My gosh, you're nice.
So if the goal is I want to stay at home, let's then figure out, okay, how do we make this happen sustainably? Does he need to get his income up in order to still cover all the bills if you lose your income? Let's figure that part out before we go napalm and go, we got to live in a trailer to make this all happen.
Okay.
How much do you bring home a month?
I'm about $2,900 a month. He's about $4,000 or more, depending on overtime. I
think George makes a really good point there. I think it'd be worth a conversation to see what over time, let's not rush this, because he sounds like a guy who's he wants to solve everything tomorrow. And by the way, I get that. I got a little bit of that in me. Like I always want to solve everything super fast, and that ends up stressing my wife out. Instead of being helpful, she's like, you're stressing me out, I get that. So I feel him a little bit there. But I just wonder, George, if the conversation, I want to know what you think about this. I think they need to have a conversation about, okay, over time, what would need to be true for us to get $2,900 more take home on his side of the aisle, and you just referenced that. That to me is a more healthy conversation than selling this house and moving to a trailer. Do you agree with that?
Yes, and do the tactical piece. Do a sample budget just off of his income and go, okay, we can cover the bills, we can invest, we might slow down the house payoff process. Are we willing to make that compromise? Because the truth is, you probably don't need to spend $2,000. We're probably living pretty comfortably. And so he doesn't want to change his lifestyle, but he wants to uproot the entire family and move into a trailer. And so I'd rather see different sacrifices to make this dream come true. And you might find doing the budget, we can do this today. Or you might find he needs to make $1,000 more a month for us to hit our goals. Great. Now we have a very clear career goal that Ken can help with. You see the difference there?
Okay. Yeah, that is a big difference.
But again, I don't think, Liz, that any of this conversation will register until you both have an honest conversation and he feels safe and he finally burps out, if you will, why he's really scared. Do you know what I mean? He's got to get that out of his system. And you've got to hear it, not belittle it. You've got to be a supportive spouse on that and make him feel seen and heard. And I think that'll calm him down a little bit. And then we begin to talk about, as George just said, other options to alleviate the same issue.
Okay.
And by the way, this also includes you being honest with him to say, this isn't an option, babe.
I don't want this quality of life.
I will resent you. This is not viable. Like, he needs to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, not, I mean, if I have to, I'll go with the flow. Let me tell you what most dudes hear when we hear that. Oh, she's in. I mean, we're idiots. On behalf of all men, we don't hear what we need to hear sometimes. And I'm just being clear. I mean, I'll be honest. Maybe George is more in tune with his feminine side.
It's not you being a jerk. It's just saying, here's my side. Here's how I'm feeling about this. And he needs to, you both get a vote in this marriage.
Yeah. So, just a good conversation. Let's talk through some options, help him think through those options.
He saw a cheap trailer on Facebook and went, this is the ticket. This is it.
It's Guy 101. It's a male classically thing. Oh, super quick solve.
How about this? He can buy the trailer. He can live in it. You stay in the house. There we go.
I don't think that's the kind of relationship advice we want to give. We'll talk about it during the break.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.